Let's talk about some buy low targets heading into week 12. First on my list is Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine returned to the lineup this week after a 17-game absence. He suffered a foot injury in mid-November and is slowly working his way back. He came off of the bench in his first game, which really isn't surprising, and I would actually expect him to come off of the bench for the next couple of games while he gets his conditioning back. The Bulls have actually dealt with quite a few injuries this year, losing Nikola Vucevic for a little while, most recently Patrick Williams, and also being without Alex Caruso at points throughout the year. But I think with them sitting in the 10th spot in the East, they still have a very good shot at a play-in/playoff spot. LaVine is still arguably the number one option in Chicago. Maybe him and DeMar DeRozan will alternate nights, but LaVine has proven very capable over his 7 years in Chicago. He's averaged around 35 minutes per night, around 24 points per game, nearly 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game, and also nearly 1.5 stocks per game. He's even shot at an impressive 47% from 3, and he's made 2.7 of his attempts per game. He's still very capable of cracking the top 75, and I know there's been some trade rumors surrounding LaVine, but even if he does get moved, he should still be the number 1 or 2 option wherever he does land. So if you can trade for him now while he's undervalued, I would definitely try to. Next on my list is Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas has undoubtedly taken a big leap in year 3. He's definitely shown huge strides in his scoring and three-point making, but he really hasn't shown the same improvement in rebounding, playmaking, or even on the defensive side of the ball. So unfortunately for him, most of his value is derived from scoring, and over the last few weeks, he's been in a pretty nasty shooting slump. So he's seen his minutes decrease along with his value. Like I mentioned before, he's always been a very gifted scorer, even going back to his days at LSU. But I think what's really boosted his growth this year is the fact that the Nets have been shorthanded at times, missing both Cameron Johnson and Nick Claxton. And with them almost fully healthy right now, Thomas has less shots at his disposal. Even though it seems like he's trending downward right now, I do think he's going to continue to improve. And when he does settle down, he'll probably average close to 20 points a night, get you 3 or 4 rebounds, and nearly 1 stock per night. So if you're in a points league, I definitely think he's worth targeting. If you're in a category league, you may or may not want to target him. I still think he's worth going after if you can get him for a good deal, especially now while his value is so low. But if you're looking to take a chance on a guard with some good upside, I think he's worth looking at. Last on my list is Draymond Green. All in all, it seems like his incident with Yusuf Nurkic will end up costing him around 12 games, and the Warriors have sorely missed him, especially on defense. And with Chris Paul fracturing his hand and being out for an indefinite period of time, they could really use Green's playmaking abilities back in the lineup. Green has proven to be a very capable facilitator in the past, and I have no doubt he'll slide into that role again once he is back into the lineup. What's more than that though, is that I think this is his last chance to prove both to the Warriors and to the fan base that he's more of an asset than a distraction. If the Warriors want to have any chance at saving their season, he's going to have to be a big reason why. He's going to have to be elite on both sides of the ball, and I think he's out to prove that he was worthy of the new contract they gave him. Green has definitely proven to be a multi-category contributor, and he can fill it up on the defensive end, get you elite assists, and even get you solid rebounds on a nightly basis. This is probably the lowest his value is going to be for the year. If you can afford the risk and can absorb an occasional ejection and some high turnover games, I think he's definitely worth taking a chance on. Those are some buy low candidates to consider. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know your thoughts heading into week 12 in the comments below.